April the 11th, 2022. Guys, you're looking at current images from the National Weather Service. What you're seeing in the pink throughout the center of this is red flag warnings, and this is a wind event. We're going to have a very large storm move across the U.S. AccuWeather saying that this could be some of the worst and widest spread tornadic activity so far this spring. And guys, we've seen some destructive tornadoes, so just keep that in mind. Now, in the top of this, in the pink, here in the lighter pink, are winter storm warnings. This orange is blizzard warnings, and your blue here, guys, you're dealing with winter storm watches. In the lighter purple, winter storm or winter weather advisories. All the brown tan events are basically high wind warnings, high wind watches, things like that. Special fire weather watches, special weather statements in that color there. Let's look at the satellite itself. Now, looking at the continental U.S., you can see where the out front area of this storm is. Here's where we're up in the north. We've got cold air dipping, but in front of this, squeezing out a lot of moisture and a lot of thunderstorms, is this area here. Now, notice here in central Mississippi, you've got a second wave coming. It's a little lighter than this first one. At daylight this morning, guys, as it was getting daylight, the rolling thunder here just went on and on and on, pounding like bombing runs or something. But the rain was not that heavy. Lightning was heavy. Thunder was heavy. It was light rain, which is good. We've had a lot of rain, and this lighter rain is a lot better for all of us that farm anywhere in this area. Now, you've got some more coming out of Louisiana. Right now, it does not appear to be as strong as what we saw at daylight. This is moving over into Alabama now. Tennessee, you're probably seeing it. And part of here in Kentucky, you've got some of the deeper orange clouds, and in northern Arkansas, right there. Now, all of this is winding up to be a storm, guys, that a lot of people will remember. They're saying that some parts of north central U.S. will get a month's worth of snow in this one storm, and up to 30 to 40 inches. Think about that. So if you're planning on traveling, whether you are a truck driver or just a pedestrian, make sure that you're not trapped in this coming up. Now, what AccuWeather is saying, it says a powerful storm emerges from the west and takes an agonizingly slow track across the Great Plains this week. Severe thunderstorms will erupt for multiple days over the central U.S. AccuWeather meteorologists warn through Thursday, at least 18 states could be affected by the outbreak. Some locations in the southern U.S. may be hit by severe weather for the fourth consecutive week, but the setup may also pose the most significant risk of severe thunderstorms for portions of the north central states of the year so far, perhaps eclipsing the outbreak from March 25th. And there was a lot of tornadoes, guys, a lot of them. All facets of violent weather are possible this week with the likelihood of a significant outbreak. Many of the storms will bring strong gusty winds, heavy rain, frequent lightning strikes. However, the most powerful storms will carry the potential for large hail, damaging wind gusts, and tornadoes. The first storms erupted yesterday, and that was Sunday afternoon, and continued Sunday night from central Oklahoma to southeastern Kansas and central Missouri as a lead disturbance ahead of the main storm system pivoted across the plains. And we were getting that and still getting the tail end of it now here in central Mississippi. They're saying that the timing of the advancing severe weather for the remainder of the week will be tricky, as there will be multiple disturbances that pivot around the main storm. That's what we're getting here again in Mississippi as we speak. These disturbances could cause storms to steadily advance one day, slow down another, and then fire up again further to the west. Severe weather is likely to unfold on Monday, that's today, from northeastern Texas to Arkansas and southern Missouri. Again, guys, we had some tremendous lightning and thunder here. The storms on Monday afternoon and evening will likely fire just east of a boundary separating dry air over the high plains to the west and surging warm and humid air from the Gulf of Mexico to the east. And you could tell that as we were looking at the continental U.S. satellite images, that moisture was pumping in from the Gulf. A few storms in the zone could bring all modes of severe weather, including large, damaging hail and isolated tornadoes. An AccuWeather local storm max of 80 miles per hour is possible in any of these wind gusts. Now, this is the map for late today and into tonight. And you can see what we're dealing with here. The severe thunderstorms are going from Dallas, headed northeast, a little rockier in the center of it, and just goes right up the Mississippi River at that point. Now, again, this is Monday, and this is going to move further to the east. And what we're looking at, again, the main storm is back behind this, and this is the pop-up storms. But they are extending now. If you look at the satellite images or your local radar, if you're in Louisiana or Mississippi, you still have moisture coming in following that rotation. It says in this red area, isolated tornadoes, large hail, flooding downpours, damaging wind gusts, again, storm max up to 80 miles an hour. So, guys, this is now. What's happening here in central Mississippi is one of the more dangerous things that are happening. We had the rain, heavy thunderstorms. Wasn't heavy rain, but very active electrically. Now the sun's coming out. What's that going to do? It's going to heat up the atmosphere even more. So whatever happens tonight will have that much more energy. And that's what they're talking about here. It says, however, the scope and intensity of severe weather is forecast to expand Tuesday, reaching as far south as the upper Texas and Louisiana coast, and as far to the north as northern Iowa, roughly a 1,000-mile stretch. Again, guys, this is going to affect Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, just as we get through this week. Once again, all modes of severe weather forecast to erupt, from flooding, downpours, hail, to damaging wind and tornadoes. Because this massive storm, which will also be producing heavy snow across the Rockies and northern plains, is expected to be slow-moving, much of the same area that will be threatened by severe weather on Monday will be at risk again on Tuesday. Forecasters will be paying particularly close attention to flash flooding, especially where storms overlap areas hit on Sunday and Monday. The meteorologists will also be closely monitoring the potential for powerful wind gusts and tornadoes. Again, they said it was slow moving. Look at Tuesday night. Much of the same area. Dallas, you're still in the bottom of the greatest risk, the darker red, and then damaging thunderstorms around it. And Houston, you're included in this. Louisiana, southwestern Mississippi, tornadoes, very large hail, flash flooding, tense downpours, damaging wind gusts, again, up to 80 miles per hour. Now, the greatest risk tomorrow for Tuesday is severe weather is likely for communities from Dallas to Kansas City. This could also be the second day in a row that Dallas could be threatened by severe thunderstorms. While many of the thunderstorms during the outbreak will erupt as a result of the warmth of the day and gradually weaken during the evening as the air cools, some pockets of severe weather and tornado risk may continue well after dark. Thunderstorms may last well after dark on Tuesday from portions of Arkansas and Louisiana. Severe thunderstorms that erupt and move through locations during the day pose a significant threat, but an extra level of danger will exist when storms linger after dark and persist through much of the night when most people are sleeping. Caught unaware. Now let's look at Wednesday into Wednesday night. It says by the middle of the week on Wednesday, the threat for severe weather is forecast to expand slightly further east and also further north. Severe thunderstorms could erupt anywhere from the Louisiana Gulf Coast to southern Wisconsin. Look at that, guys. That's a pretty large area. Again, flooding, downpours, hail, tornadoes, and the storm max 80-mile-per-hour winds. This includes all of our state, Mississippi, most of Alabama, all of Louisiana, all of Arkansas, a good bit of Tennessee, Missouri, and Kentucky, Indiana, all the way again up into Wisconsin, guys. So we're kind of going through a 3-day event. In the last few storms, we saw them, and it seemed like Wednesday was a good time every week here where we're at, just like it is now, for these storms to come through. But they didn't last this long. They would come through in a day or half a day and be out of here. But again, this is going to build up. And what does that mean? Even regardless of tornadoes and things like that, just like the rains that we're seeing now, that's going to build up into flooding situations. If you're in low-lying areas, and I know some people that are, and that are preparing to move their campers and RVs now, so be aware of that, guys. They're saying since December 31st, 2021, there have only been 2 days where severe weather occurred in the Chicago area, according to the National Weather Service Storm Prediction Center. Both incidences occurred last month on March 4th, March 25th, and involved strong wind gusts. Localized wind damage reports on March 4th were not attributed to the thunderstorms. However, significant outbreak of severe weather occurred on March 25th in the Midwest and was responsible for at least 40 reports of tornadoes from Iowa and southern Wisconsin to western Ohio. Now, let's go look at Thursday. There's not a map, but this is what they're saying. On Thursday, thunderstorms are likely to shift a bit further along to the east and may reach portions of the Great Lakes and Ohio Valley to the north. In the south, the storm may reach parts of the Tennessee Valley and southeastern U.S. down to the Florida Gulf Coast. While localized reports of severe weather may be possible on Thursday and into Thursday evening, the threat looks less widespread at that time. These thunderstorms could also bring an end to the abnormal warmth expected across the eastern U.S. this week. So it's going to be a week to pay attention to the weather. Now, again, we need the rain because a lot of us have gardens. All of us, including myself, have not finished the gardens because we've been working between the dry and wet days. In other words, in order to till your ground and get it ready, you have to let it dry out. You can't till it in the mud. So most of it's done, not all of it, but we're working around the weather to get it done. And you guys should be doing the same thing. Food's getting very scarce. There are people that are starving to death under lockdown now in the biggest country in Asia. You know what I'm talking about. People are jumping from windows because they don't have food. That situation could occur here. So be preparing. Again, make sure you try to get at least 5 months supply of food for you and your family. Whether it's buying every bag of red beans and rice you can get your hands on or order online, start doing it now. And I want to mention one thing that's on our website. And this is it, bpearthwatch.com. Now, in the video last week, we talked about the survival food, and there was a shortage of the Alexa Pure water filter. And I called my Patriot Supply and talked to my rep there. And they have the Alexa Pure water filter within this kit. It's the Ultimate Solar Power Cooking Emergency Food Kit. It's $233 off. And what I kind of wanted to talk about more than anything is that Affirm is a company that does a lot of interest-free financing if you get it paid in a certain period of time. And if you're smart, you can take advantage of it. In other words, if you were to go with a kit like this, it's got a solar power, small solar power battery storage. It's got other things for instant fire cooking, the 4-week supply, and the Alexa Pure water filter with the filter in it also. I mean, it's the tanks that includes the filter. But notice it says starting at 0%. Now pay attention. APR are $50 a month. That's over 12 months. That's $600, right? That's what you're seeing. Pre-qualify now. And they're about 90% approved. And with what have you got to lose? You're paying $50 a month, guys, for the next year. You know, you can't even go to the grocery store for that. But that gets you into your water filter, some of the essentials as far as the small cookers that use wood and the fire starters and all that. It's a pretty neat kit, but they do have the Alexa Pure in that. And you can even, if you look and you want to reach it a little deeper and have a big supply, look at the 1-year supply here in the center. Let's click on that. And you can go from a 4-week supply, guys, to a 1 week, I think, to 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. But kind of at the top of this is the 1-year food supply, 2,000 plus calories a day. Now it is $29.87. You might as well say $3,000. But these are big pails right here, resealable pails, 3-month supplies in each one. See that? And you've got a tremendous amount of choice in what you're eating and drinking here. It will keep you alive. But notice again, starting at 0% APR or $249 a month with Affirm. Pre-qualify now. And you can do that. You can check it at checkout or go ahead and pre-qualify. But think about that. Right now, it's hard to get $249 worth of groceries. You don't even get a buggy full anymore, right? At $249 a month. And that's every week or two you have to do that. So here you don't have to eat this right away. It's 10 to 30-year life on the shelf, sealed in Mylar packaging. All of that. A lot of this you cook by simply heating water and mixing it up because of the way it's dried. But a lot of variety. But $249 and for a year. And by the way, all of this is free shipping. Notice at the top right here, ships fast. All products are in stock. Add $0 to your cart for free fast shipping. In other words, it is free. Just about everything they have qualifies for that. And if you scroll down from there, you can see a lot of the information about this packet. One thing, My Patriot Supply, #1 on the planet, you're paying $8.19 per 2,000 calories. And if you go to Mountain House, which they're sold out, I think they just about closed down for I think the rest of the year, if I'm not mistaken. They were at $27 for the same amount of calories. $22.68 at ReadyWise, Ready Store, $21.20. And again, My Patriot Supply #1 has got 4 Patriots beat. Check that out, by $2.10 per 2,000 calories. And you can also see here that 729,000 calories total in that kit. And this is a comparison with the other ones. Then scroll down from there and it says, look at the food you get in this 1-year supply. And you can go through this. I'm not going to read it all off. Soups, pastas, Alfredo, chili mac spaghettis, things you can enjoy and you can really eat. Mashed potatoes, rice, mushroom, rice fillet, buttermilk pancakes, Maple Grove oatmeal, strawberry flavored cream of wheat. Then you get down into some of your snacks. You got powdered whey milk you can use for different things, of course, whatever you use milk for. Banana chips, chocolate pudding, orange energy drink. Just come there and check that out. And guys, they also, just while we're here, have smaller quantities. Let's just take a look at some of the smaller ones. And you can come here and click on each one of these, and then it's going to give you your pricing per month with $0 down if you use Affirm. If not, you can purchase it either way. But a lot of people are taking advantage of this, and there's a lot of reasons why. But their 3-month supply is down from $8.97 to $7.47. 6-month here, you can read the prices. There's your 1 year. Also, there's backup kits, like this is a fruit, veggie, and snack mix, things like that. You can get beans in different things. The black bean burger mix, which I have, and it makes excellent hamburgers. And you've got different things. Survival shot, which is for radiation. Coffee, again, the milk. You've got MRE sections you can go through here. And guys, there's if you look at, you can scroll through here, your water filtration and survival items. But here in your emergency survival food, and I've taken advantage of this because they stack well. It's a bulk number 10 food cans. And I've been collecting these over the last probably 5 years because you're dealing with 30 years, 25 to 30 years of shelf life because of the way they're set up. You can get your honey wheat breads. Here's your traveler stew, but check this out. The Mega 10 packs, you get all of these items. You'll click on it and see some of them are more vegetable-oriented or fruit-oriented, and you can get salt, you can get spaghetti in these cans. Just a tremendous amount of things here. Whole egg powder. Just come here and read it, because this is the stuff you can throw in your bug out vehicle, heat water, and eat. That's pretty simple, isn't it? You can build a campfire if you have to. Vegetarian tacos, potato cheddar soup. I'm not going to read it all, but again, I've been collecting these. You should be getting you a case at a time or whatever, but all of this does qualify for the buy now, pay later through Affirm. Guys, so just be prepared. Things are getting really nasty overseas. There's people here already that are having problems with food. And now Walgreens just announced 2 days ago that there's a limit of 3 cans of baby formula per person. There's a shortage. Now, that type stuff will force Mother Nature to take over and more breastfeeding, things like that. But just to let you know, That is happening. They're rationing. Walgreens now, they're watching. You go in there to get them a baby formula, you can get 3. That's it. That's how tight things are becoming. So be prepared for yourself and your family. Again, I don't do many advertisements, a couple a year, but things are changing quick. Just take advantage while you can of the zero down long-term payout on this stuff. We're watching it. You watch it. It's a heads up. Be safe.